Oh, that went. Sorry.
Sudden
That's
drop.
not like it quick, man. Usually, like it progressively stops. That one went. But anyway, welcome to another episode of East County Voices. We're your hosts, plural. We got Miss Patty, we got Kimberly tonight, and of course me, Carlos. So welcome in everybody who's on already. We thank you all for your tuning in, and oh, we got Mary. Hi, Mary. Look at you saying hi, team. Hey.
Our other host.
Anyways, what we talking about tonight, Miss Patty? What we got going on?
Well, happy Thursday. We're like halfway through September. Time is flying. There's a
Right?
lot of stuff going on in Antioch. There's a lot of stuff going across the nation, Contra Costa County. We have elections. It's getting wild. But the one
Yeah.
thing that is continuously growing is community voices in our little community. And so this is why tonight, we're going to still dedicate it to honor Miss Lynette Coolidge,
No, Linda Woolridge.
Linda Wooldridge,
Yes.
and I apologize for my typos, but
It's okay.
Miss Linda Wooldridge, her mother has been coming out to city councils, and it was important to, so as our mission here with East County Voices is to empower, uplift, inform our community of happenings, and just, city council, you only get 3 minutes to speak, and she's come with a lot of passion, and we're hoping to just hear and uplift her name. But I know, Miss Kimberly, you are her sister in love, and you can fill us in on how she's doing, and is she getting support, and what the community can do to raise awareness and send her love and light. So we'll talk a little bit. We'll do some community updates. Real quick, we can speak on East County youth, NAACP. They've been coming out too with a lot of power. So let's
Yeah.
talk about it. That second half of the show tonight, Miss Nicole Arrington. I'm going to see if she would like to join us now, because I know she's got a lot of updates as well. But the second half, we'll speak on the strikers. There's a group of uh, family, hardworking community members that have been striking for about 4 or 5 days now, and they are on strike. And so we'll learn about, I connected with them 2 days ago, and it's just the ultimate fallout of organizations or communities is greed. Once there's just greedy people in power, it just it stays there. And unfortunately, the hardworking people or community members, or those of us kind of at the bottom of the totem pole, may not know how or what to do, but they found their voice because they're out there striking. They had their USA flag, and it was empowering. Okay, so community updates. Okay, let's see. What do we have, Carlos? Okay, on Tuesday, we're going to have a sit-in, like a demo to use your voice. So if anybody would like to participate on Tuesday, it'll be morning through the afternoon. We will have a space where we can sit down and experience what is it like to call in to make a public comment to our county board of supervisors. This is important because I feel that Antioch has done a lot. Our leadership here has done a lot. We're pretty maxed out on everything that they can do, but the next level is the county, because they oversee all of the cities. And I've been to a few of the meetings, but they need to know the gravity of injustices and what's going on, like in our communities, and what with the families that are struggling, like what is it that families need, sharing their personal and just how to connect, because they don't have time to go to city council meetings and board of supervisors. But if we teach them, hey, look, this is how you do it, this is where the info is, maybe they can carry it and share it with their loved ones and share it with people that have time to be at home and be all right. And I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for my I finished my military career. I did my 16 years. And I'm at home raising my kid. And Don Carlos has done his years in community work. And here we are, we're getting there. And Miss Kimberly, shortly you could tell us about you and how you bring it to the counties, how you bring your voice. It's so powerful and inspiring and refreshing. Um, Updates. Oh, also community coffee and cheesemate. So we have a coffee and cheesemate every third Saturday of the month at Sylvia's. What's it called?
Sylvia's Country
Just
Kitchen.
Oh, that's right. Sylvia's Country Kitchen. Their breakfast is good. Carlos was savvy and networky enough to hold a space for community folks to go chill in the back, and we can just sit down and work on a Saturday, have some coffee, and talk about what's happening. So, Miss Kimberly, you are very welcome to join us, and please invite friends or family. Everyone pays their own breakfast, but just for us being in community and sitting together and just carrying conversations.
Are you there every Saturday?
Every third Saturday.
Oh, the third Saturday.
Third Saturday every month.
And what time do you all meet?
8:00 in the morning.
Okay, the third
Right
Saturday.
when they open, yeah. Everyone's just been coming, and it's a good, just sitting back and relaxing and just talking to old friends and meeting new ones. So
yeah.
I'll be a little late, Carlos. I'm going to support Ms. Dominique King in her efforts on Saturday for a little bit, but then I'm going to run for a little quick hola and then run to a resource fair. So I'll be there just a little late.
Busy.
I'll be there for a little bit too because I gotta cater a wedding.
Oh, wow.
So, yep.
So you two busy.
Workaholics a little bit. And then just new space and transition. Shout out to the women out there that are going through like hard times and breakups and domestic violence situations. And, there's quite a few in our community that are becoming empowered. And part of my empowerment was just, people accountable. So I do have a little bit more free time as a single mama.
Yes.
And I'm using it to heal, and I heal with my community. That's been my biggest form of healing the past 7 years is through activism.
Wow.
Through activism and things like that. But it's been good. And Miss Kimberly, oh my gosh, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us about you. And we've walked before, we've done some outreach, and I saw a picture and I was like, oh my gosh, that's Miss Kimberly. And and then I see you at the councils. I've seen you act like at everyone for the past few for a while. And yeah, tell us.
So my name is Kimberly. I'm been married for almost 30 years. I have 3 grown kids, and you met my son. He's just turned 30. He has autism. My 2 daughters, one is 44, one is 36, and then my son is 30. I have 10 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. My daughter with all the kids live in Mississippi, so I'm missing them. Just a minute. I have a grandson here with me tonight. So
hi. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. I started going to the council meetings, I think about a year ago, when all the police happened. And it was because I'm a person of color, right? And I live here in this community, so I needed to know what was going on. So I started reading all the newspaper clippings and all that. Okay, just a minute. Just a minute, baby. I'm sorry, you guys.
It's okay.
And then I started just looking at the people, listening to the members on the board. And I've been blessed with the discernment of people. So some of the people that are sitting on the city council, it's like, you know, um, that's it. Now, fast forward to this year, my niece was killed on Lone Tree by a drunk driver. And her mom has been coming to the council meetings only because we want the police department to be accountable for their role, right?
Mhm.
Um, for getting the information to the DA's office and, to allow the person that hit her to be charged. We found out that he was 3 times over the legal limit. He didn't even try to apply his brakes when he hit her, so we're just really trying to get. That's what the justice is. We're trying to get for Linda. Her name is Linda Woldridge. The man that hit her, his name is, I believe it's Alexander Mayorga or something like that. Um, so that's why my sister-in-law is coming to the meetings now. But even more than that, I want to get more involved with the community. This is new for me. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get my how to get my feet wet. You know what I mean? I've gone out door knocking before with Patricia. Um, and I spoke with you earlier. I know you all are familiar with the um, Richmond Rescue Mission, and we have a big homeless problem here in Antioch. And I believe that something like that would really be beneficial.
Mm.
Some of the people that are out there want to be out there. You know what I mean? They just can't afford housing or whatever.
Mhm.
So I know it sounds like I'm all over the place, but I just want to get my hands and feet in where I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do go out and feed the homeless, just
Mm.
drive around. My girlfriend cooks and I bake. So we give them good food and we
Mm.
drive around just Antioch and Pittsburgh, just giving hot plates out once a month.
Mm.
um, and we talk to people. So that's how I know how you hear people on Nextdoor and the blogs, how the homeless people are just out doing drugs, this, that, and the third. All
Mm.
of them aren't like that. Some
Mm.
people are genuinely out there because they fell on hard times or whatever, and they want a break and need a break. So I'm just looking to see what more the city of Antioch could do to help.
That's so beautiful. We need more Miss Kimberly's. And luckily, we live in a community where people like yourself have that heart and that compassion and that empathy. And we do. It's okay to think outside the box and think outside of the norm. Like I used to volunteer with Glide Community Church for a bit for a project, and I was like, wow, we can do this in Antioch. So I would love to learn more about the Richmond organization that's assisting and helping, because the programs are out there. We just need the plan, the people power, and there's people. There's lots of us here now. How do we get that to be here? But there's this fight of the what Miss Kimberly just said about, oh, they're on drugs, da da da, and dehumanizing them, and that's just wrong.
Right.
We're beyond that. This is not like a and I went to Colorado about a month ago, and the houselessness and everything on this, it was like Antioch is so beautiful. And when I saw that in Colorado around Denver, I was just like I my heart sunk. I was like, damn, like that's a lot of struggling people that are out here. And it was everywhere. In Antioch, they call it blight, and I think that's a messed up word. It's like blight. It's an eyesore. Like, dang. Like, no, it's humans out there just living. I mean, if communities can provide some kind of, we'll get there with folks like Miss Kimberly using her voice and just imagining and creating and designing what our city looks like. Because everyone that lives here, this is our city. And we do have another guest on the show. She's been with us before, Miss Nicole.
Cole is back.
Joining us.
Hello.
Nicole, so nice to see you. Have you and Miss Kimberly met before?
Mm-hmm. At City
Okay.
Council. We can't hear you. Are you muted? Can you hear me?
You're muted.
I can hear you. Yeah.
There
I've
you go.
seen you at the council meetings. What's your name?
Nicole Arrington.
Okay, let me tell you. I think this is you. I was at work on Monday, and my coworker, his name is Craig. Craig, I can't remember his last name, but he knows you. And he sent me the thing from Indisputable. Do you all watch
Yeah.
Indisputable?
Yeah.
Yes, he sent me the whole write up they did, and they mentioned your name on Indisputable, and
Yeah.
he had to show it to me. And I'm like, yeah, I think I know her. So
Mhm.
I'm going to have to tell him on Monday. I know her. I really know her now.
Yeah. That's so cool. Aw. Hi Frank. Yeah, I was pretty excited. I tagged Rashad Richie. I really wanted him to pick up the story, and he did. So
Yes.
that was pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Um,
Yay. So Craig, I see
small world, and then to the community. So Miss Nicole, we go back like 20 years,
probably more than that,
probably more than
but at
that.
least, yeah.
And because here at my parents' home, the neighborhood was beautiful. It became diverse, and my friend, she moved here to Antioch in middle school. Miss Raquel and her brother Chris, John, and we hung out.
Yep.
And then high school happened. We all grew up. But when we were here, like we used to make burritos. Like I would make burritos. I would make like shrimp and rice burritos
Oh,
or bean and cheese, and that's what we do. We just chill on the porch and eat and laugh because
Mhm.
John was hella funny. He was a hell of a goofball, and Raquel would always, "Hey, Miss
Hi,
Tiki."
Tiki.
Yeah, it was just a
hey.
beautiful bond and good childhood memories, and then
Yeah.
years later, like 20 something years later, there's an action. Somebody reached out about for housing rights, and then we go, and then I miss Nicole. She's like, "Hey, I know you," and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so just the way the universe works, we're like,
I
it's
know, it's crazy. We
it's
were
crazy.
sitting in the car talking, and I think you mentioned Raquel, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, you're my Patty. Like, I didn't realize, like, you were the same Patty because I hadn't seen her since she was craziness.
Yeah, and we're out here fighting the same fight. We're out
Right?
here fighting the fight for social justice, fighting the fight against hate, against racism, against bigotry, against
Yeah.
supremacism, all of it. And we're doing it with love and compassion and accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Tiki and Frank were there shortly. So they're amazing other community advocates. So we just need to,
Hi,
hey,
Hey, Devin.
we're going to keep connecting
Welcome in.
and
Devin.
and keep sharing information. And Miss Nicole, maybe you can fill us in a little bit. You missed a little bit of what Miss Kimberly was sharing about her niece's accountability for the man that uh, committed a crime and
Hmm.
holding accountable. So do you want to touch base on anything else on that, Miss Kimberly? You want to fill us in?
No, that's it. I'll keep you all updated when he's arrested and,
Yes.
let you know what's going on. But right now, he's just living his life. My sister-in-law is really having a hard time. So if you pray, just say a prayer for her. This was her
Absolutely.
daughter, her firstborn daughter. So
Wow.
she's just really having a hard time. And she has her kids, her two children now. So that's it.
Hmm.
That's deep. And our community is in mourning. And if y'all
Yeah.
haven't been to those city councils, we recommend you go watch the last two city councils. You can go to Antioch city council meetings. You go in there, it'll go by date. Go to the last two and you can scroll to where you can scroll the little thing to pieces because they're long meetings, okay?
Yeah. 4 hours.
Yes, they're very long and it's hard to find those little clips. But Carlos over here has been doing a great job, Don Carlos, just capturing those little snippets. But otherwise, you can go online and you can scroll until you see public comments or general public comments or comments on whatever the report is from whichever department of the city, because cities
Yeah.
have departments. Go ahead.
I did want to mention one other thing.
Mhm.
I live like right up the hill from where Linda was, I call it murdered, where she was, killed at. And I went by there on Sunday, and someone had taken all, like her mom built a little memorial, ordered all kind of stuff, had pictures. Someone has taken every single thing from the memorial except for the bike. There's a bike there that's still there. They took everything, the butterflies off the fence, everything. So it's really disheartening. You know what I mean? It's like blow after blow. So I don't know. Whoever did that, you know, I don't even want to say the words that I shouldn't even be thinking of calling them, but that's it. I mean, her personal pictures of her and her children and just flowers and butterflies. So that's it. And she doesn't even want to add anything else to it in fear that it'll be stolen again. So that's it.
Oh.
I'm so
To
sorry.
anybody that took out and has that low ability to just go and take personal pictures, how dare y'all?
Yes.
How dare y'all
Yes.
disrespect the pain of a mother and a grieving family?
Right. Yes.
Oh, I'm so disgusted. I am so sorry. That is so but I'm not surprised. I live near here also, so I pass that street every day. I'm right off of Lone Tree. It's less than a mile from my home. And there's been quite a few losses on this street on Lone Tree, and that's another life lost. And I put up a banner one time for counselors, not cops, a campaign banner. And the next day it was up. I was like, okay, it'll be fine. I'll take it down the next day. But then someone did take it down, and it was gone and
Like,
disappeared.
why are you touching things
Right. That don't
that
belong to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We when my nephew passed away, we had a memorial across the street from the house for him. It was like right there on the corner. Um, and then it kind of it was kind of nice because he was pretty well known. So like people would come by and put candles. Like it was so many candles out there, it wasn't even funny. But I do remember there was one night I think somebody was like standing by it or messing with something or whatever, and I was like, you probably wouldn't want to. So
Yeah.
please don't, because you don't want those problems. Don't do that. Yeah,
Someone
they've been
vandalized.
doing that. Yeah,
Oh
How
my
they've been taking them
so?
down. They've been vandalizing them and taking them down, removing them and everything.
I
It's
saw a Ron Burnell sign also cut up and ripped. One of the signs.
Wow, I'm surprised. Really?
I'm surprised. Across the street from what used to be Gas City, that's now AM/PM.
Wow.
oh yeah.
And I'm not for folks doing things like that.
No,
I don't support Ron Burnell or his leadership or his
no.
wanting to rerun after so many civil rights and atrocities occurred in our
Right.
city under his
watch.
management
Mhm.
and many other things. But I still wouldn't do that to the signs, because
No, we wouldn't do that.
I'll let
No.
the universe take care of and our people power to continue to speak up for and want people to represent us. The majority of people represent love, represent not the old supremacist ways. Because it's
Good
not
old
just white.
boys.
It's not just white. It's not like white supremacy. It stems from that, but there's also black and brown folks that are up in that supporting this.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Miss Kimberly, for filling us in on that, and
Of course.
maybe we can, someone out there, if we can put more flowers or more something.
Yeah.
We should
I don't like
that.
disrespect. I have a problem with that. I have a real problem with disrespect. I really
Tell us
do.
about it.
I
Miss
was
Nicole.
shocked.
Like I don't something I don't take kindly to at all. It's like
No.
disrespect is up there with threats. I don't do that.
Yeah,
And take kindly
absolutely.
threats and disrespect at all.
Now, threats, I'm taking that to another level. Threats is a public safety issue because that's what these people did to us. They would threaten
Right.
us, they would break people's windows. I was going to get my brains bashed on my sidewalk.
Right.
Still
Oh
waiting.
my
Right.
Lord.
Right.
But no, these people are but it's a sick cancer that exists here in Antioch, and they want their town back, and they're going to try their
That's
hardest
it.
to shut our light down, to
Yeah.
but again, I believe our love and power will conquer. And just continue to keep talking about this, because that's an absolute injustice. And until that man gets held accountable, it also makes me think like, was he friends with them? Does he know
Right.
somebody? Is he
Absolutely.
protected? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if that was anybody else, I mean, how would that, if that was maybe, let's say, somebody else's son, that somebody that works for the
Yeah.
city, or is it because we
Yes.
don't work for the city? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm
I
gonna look
even
into it,
brought that up, about the guy that was killed on Highway 24. They didn't release the man, or the girl that was killed in Sonoma County. They arrested him. The man in Oakland, they didn't let those people out of jail, but here in Contra Costa County, Antioch, you let the man out. So I don't know.
Let's talk about it at the Board of Supervisors. If you have time on Tuesday,
Yes.
let's organize for that public comment. They need to hear Miss Linda Woolridge's story
Yes.
and where that stands.
Okay.
Miss Nicole, give us an update. So Nicole called the other. She's like, "Hey, there's an action. There's strikers. They're striking. Come out. What do we do? Drive by? Stop by? We're gonna keep going. What's going on with those strikers, Miss Nicole? Are they joining us later this evening?"
I hope so. I hope somebody can join. I know they have a local 10 event in San Francisco. So I don't know if anyone's going to be able to make it on. But the ILWU Local 6 works for Georgia Pacific. And every day I go out, I find out more information. Like today, I find out the Koch brothers are big Trump supporters and they raised like $70 million, yeah, for him. And I'm like, oh, so you guys are billionaires
The
and you can
Koch
raise
brothers, like
millions.
Coca-Cola?
Koch, I'm sorry, KOCH, 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 Koch brothers. They're billionaires and they own Georgia Pacific. And they are Trump supporters and they can raise money for him, which is crazy. They've also made billions of dollars, just period. They've never lost any revenue during COVID, during anything. These poor men are out here working 12 plus hours. Yep, Frank posted a bunch of the interviews. And then I talk to them every day when I go out and I find out something new. The guys are out there putting up cameras so they can watch them on the corner striking. Again, all you have to do is pay them they're literally asking for maybe like $4. They're not even asking for a lot more money. They just want to come up to the California median and make the California living wage, not make what they pay people in the Midwest, because this is not the Midwest. You can fly people in from Tennessee, Texas, Vegas, buy them Kinders for lunch, get them food trucks. You're doing all this stuff, disrespecting them and slapping their faces, but you can't give them a raise when they work over 12 hours a day. You make them work on their day off. You make them work during their vacation time. There's unsafe conditions that can cause cancer. There's already someone who's died from cancer. There's also all kinds of just violations, like Kalosha needs to get involved. Kalosha probably needs to shut it down, honestly. I was one of them today, and he said that there's like this black stuff that like gets in his mouth. It's like he could blow his nose, he could spit it out. It's black coming. Yeah, like it's not okay. Fiberglass, just all these things are going on. EEOC needs to get involved because there's also unfair employee practices happening, you know. So
Wow.
it's like a whole list of things. And the fact that you guys would treat them like this. There's not been a strike in 25 years. So that just goes to show you how bad it is that they had to walk out. And I tell you, these are the most genuine, loving, awesome, great men ever. Like they have the best spirits and the best hearts, and they just really want to be able to live, have families, raise their families, whatever. It's a bunch of different ages. It's a bunch of different, just whatever
Are any of
background.
them single?
I'm sure they are. I'm sure. I know Baby Matt might be. I don't know, but yeah, I don't
Awesome
know. A lot
girlfriend.
of them are married, and like you say, hard working, right? Tiki, they
Yeah.
are. They're really the best. That's why it like compels me to continue to go out every day and just it's like it makes me feel good.
It
Just to
was a
get
whole vibe. It
it
was a
is. It's
whole
great.
vibe. They were
It's
playing my
great.
music. I was
Yeah.
loving their vibe and their energy. And the few ones that I spoke to, it was like ultimately it's living costs also
Yeah. That's it.
affecting
Cost
them
of
too.
living.
Cost of
That's
living.
it.
One of them, he was like that he makes this much, but somehow he cannot make ends meet because of the like tax bracket or something.
Right. Everything.
So that's like
Everything.
one of those policies that if we ask for it and we demand it, we
Yeah.
can get it because it's
Yeah.
not fair. I mean, I don't understand it fully, but if you make so much, you're down to the bottom. But
Yeah.
it's like I don't really fully understand it, but I know
It's
it's not
crazy.
fair. It is
It's
crazy.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
one of the other gentlemen, he was explaining like how it's affecting their family lives
Yes.
with their spouses
Yes.
because they get like they're supposed to have 4 days off working,
Yep. Supposed
3
to be
days
4 and
off,
4.
and then they go to work. Then there's their day off, and they tell them to come into work. And then if they don't go to work,
Get
they're
written
probably
up.
gonna lose their job. They
They
get
get
written
written
up.
up. Yeah.
That's just it. And so then the wives, what he said is that the wives are asking, well, I thought you said you don't work. Where are you? So there's these questions of infidelity, and because of their absence, slaving to work,
Yep.
but not being able to have that family life and dignity that
Right.
everybody deserves.
Right. So you're literally you're not only are you making them sick and stressing them out,
Physically,
but you can
emotionally.
cause people to be divorced. You're damaging their families emotionally. They don't get to see their children. Like, how is that fair? And then again, they're just
Mm,
asking, right, for
happening.
a raise so that they can afford to live and pay rent and buy groceries and all these things, and you don't want to do that.
Mm,
And it's crazy to me. That's what I was talking to one of them today, and I was like, that's why I wish I like had money because
mm.
I would help people. I wouldn't be one of those people that like, oh, I have billions and I'm gonna hoard it to myself. Because first of all, you can't lose billions. It's just too much money.
Yeah.
You have enough for everybody. You can
That's
help.
right.
You really
Spread
can
the
help.
love, spread the wealth. Spread the
Everyone
wealth.
should be like able to have a good, decent, calm life. It shouldn't just be reserved for some people, you
Yeah.
know?
And
Right.
some of the forms of harassment that they're experiencing. So, like, housing is a big issue.
Yeah.
Tenants that don't know their rights, they don't speak English isn't their native language. They're getting threatened with eviction still. And forms of harassment, shutting the lights off, turning the
Yep.
water off. The
Yep.
workers there have a break room.
Right.
One of them said that they unscrewed and removed the light bulb from their shared break space.
Mm.
So night
Well,
shift.
what happened to remember it's not that they took so they like to turn the lights off, right? So
Mhm.
it's they've worked all these hours, they're tired and they want to rest, so they want it to be dark. Well, they've made it where they can't turn out the lights, so they trying to sleep and it's bright.
It's the
That's what it's
opposite.
the opposite. They can't turn the lights out for it to be dark.
That's
Oh,
right.
thank you, Christian. But yeah, that's why I was saying there's a lot of EEOC needs to. I keep telling them they need to call EEOC. I told them all to file grievances. I'm like,
Mm.
everyone needs to file grievances. You guys need to get your paper trail going because the lawsuit.
And there's been federal complaints. Did they go to the federal level? Okay,
They've
that's
been making complaints, but like I think they've been complaining to them at work and they're not doing anything about it. So that's why it was like, call Cal OSHA, because if you tell Cal OSHA about these things, they don't take kindly to that. And then the conditions and the unsafe, hazardous, they should have hazmat, PPEs, respirators. They should have all these things. And they said even if they wear a mask, the stuff still gets in there. So they're not protected
Mhm.
at all in any fashion of the word. None. No
Mhm.
protection.
And maybe they may not feel it now, but 5 years from now, 10 years from
Exactly.
now, I'm telling
Exactly.
that from
Yeah.
experience.
Right.
Go ahead, Carlos.
Real quick, Frank and Tamisha, check your messenger if you guys want to hop on and join in this conversation. So, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's messed up, but yeah,
It is.
capital greed. They don't care about these hardworking families.
Oh,
They because
no.
they're replaceable, and they're trying to work them out.
That's the thing. They're not replaceable because the people that are there are cannot in any way do the jobs that they do. Oh, and then
But in their
all the
mind, they
people
think.
who love wildlife and like that, there are endangered butterflies that are
Mm,
near the plant that they're supposed to be protecting and taking care of, and they're
mm,
not taking care of them either. One was telling me that, like, he was like, I don't know where the butterflies are. Like, they're supposed to be protecting them, and I haven't seen them. So that's if something is endangered, you're supposed to protect it. And if you didn't, and those butterflies are not there, that is should be some type of fine or something.
I will say I've heard of greedy people, um, big greedy people, where because they own so much,
Mhm.
they will damage ecosystems and
Yep.
then just pay the fine. Not gonna say any names, but that's a thing where they got
Yeah.
so much money they don't even care about the
They don't care.
ecosystem.
That's the thing. That's
Mm.
why they need to be hit in the pockets. They need those lawsuits to come down because they think, well, I'm rich and I'm untouchable and I have this money. So what are you going to do, you little peons? Because that's how they're treating them. And they don't deserve that.
Yeah, no,
And
I hope
I
they're.
literally feel like that's my family out there. Like that's
Mm.
how I feel when I go
Well,
out.
it's our community. That's our
Yeah.
community, and no, absolutely, they're not replaceable. Absolutely not. But in a corporate mindset, like when I used to work at Walmart and I got a raise of like I think 20 cents, maybe it was 15 cents.
I was gonna say 10. I was
I
gonna
could have
say 10.
quit, but I mean, I was replaceable, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But corporate folks don't really
It's not, you know,
appreciate the value.
it's not even just corporate because I told you about what happened to me.
Mm.
I went to work for 2 years with cancer. I helped my doctor build his practice. And then I went to work and then I was like, hey, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment. I was hospitalized. I've never been back. That was in 2019. You think I got a card, flower, call, text, anything? And
Mm.
I was like assistant manager. I was the biller. I ran the front desk. Like, I,
Wow. Well, I'm glad you made it. I'm glad you survived because that's a
right?
journey in itself.
Yeah.
Yes. I do have something that I want to share with y'all.
Mm.
Have you all heard of guaranteed income?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to keep talking about it
Yeah.
because I'm a recipient of guaranteed income because of my disability check and I get it and I am okay.
Right.
But there's this financial economic gap that it continues to, and that's
Yeah.
because the folks up here now to match that in order to bring it back a little bit, this form of guaranteed income to the community out there, there's pilot programs across California, some across the nation. We're going for statewide. Guaranteed income is a guaranteed check with no restrictions just to help families that uh, fit. There's different criteria. It could be foster kids, it could be single moms, it could be immigrants, it could be like I would let. So I don't know if y'all know this, but like I'm a firm believer of reparations, and there's a big old debt that's due. And
Yeah.
Miss Tiki was
Absolutely.
one of our activists. She was really upset that the Black Caucus, that it didn't go through for California, and
Right.
and that's unfortunate. But I'm hopeful that maybe because they didn't settle for less, that maybe that was, and they're going to get more, because it could be in many forms. It could be in education, financial, housing, all kinds of ways to make up for the freaking generations of atrocities that occurred and continue to occur, from the descendants of slavery and then to our mass incarceration systems. Like, it's messed up. But guarantee, hi Frank, guaranteed income can help a lot of communities, and we need to make that a policy, because it's been working for families. It's uplifted a lot of families and relieved families of stress. Children are able to like chill a little bit more. Groceries, bills, survival things, that not everyone has, because jobs and opportunities are exclusive still in many spaces, and that's with the school district, with the city. I mean, it was ran like by a tight little group, and now there's going to be lots of job openings. Also in Brentwood, that's what I heard. And so, yeah, no, guaranteed income is something that I'm going to stand on, and just keep letting community know that there's this opportunity for this wealth to be shared, because those are also our taxes.
Exactly.
We put into this big pot.
That's the one where we kept going to the doing our Zooms with the county, right? Talking about that. Goya,
I wanted.
They sold us out. I'm really a fan of what they need to do for our reparations. I've listed it on my page. I have a whole list of what I think should happen.
We should sit down and look at that list. I have a slideshow. We need to mesh those together and keep demanding, because
I saw Tamisha's comment. She might be talking about the Black Caucus in Sacramento.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
They voted against the reparations or something.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous, right?
So, but she said they sold it out. So
sold us out.
Damn. Okay, so maybe I'm just too optimistic in thinking, maybe somebody told them no, right? When somebody gets sold out, then I don't know. Greed is a real thing.
Because Gavin went on TV and said it wasn't me. I was waiting for it to come to my desk. It wasn't me.
Okay. And community, Frank, let me tell you all about Frank. If you haven't met Frank yet, Frank Sterling. Miss Kimberly, have you met Frank yet?
I've seen him, but I don't think I've officially met him. Just like Nicole, like I see him at the council meetings.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Frank, this is Miss Kimberly. Frank, Nicole. Frank has been a huge pillar in the community since his first brutal beating by the Antioch Police Department. And I watched the videos. He was out there 2014, well before then, advocating for himself, but also advocating for others. And there's a city council meeting where it's filled up, and the only two people in there was Frank and Miss Catherine Wade with their signs demanding police accountability. And Lori Ogerchuk, them other ones on the panel, nothing. But Frank has been, since then, he's been brutally attacked another time. Yeah. So we need to pray for Frank. We need to pray for all advocates and state protection.
I do every night.
Whew, we gotta pray up for you. And Frank is also the voice for First Voice Media and voice for KPFA, and just keeps community in the loop. So
yes, he does. That's why I know about the strike. Because of Frank.
I shared one of the videos, and we're gonna keep sharing. And Frank, what's up? What's going on? You want to give us a little update?
I can. Yeah. I hope I sound okay, because I'm at my grandma's house and I'm using my my phone for a hotspot. Yeah, the strikers out there, the local 6, they on day 4, and on this subject update, and I did my update video from today, and we were looking, and there was no smoke coming out of the stack, which means they were still down. That was about maybe 9 o'clock this morning. So they basically have barely been running for the last 4 days.
Good.
And they're probably getting low on material on the inside because they've been sending out trucks but not really making anything.
Yeah.
And what else did I learn? The vice president, Bobby Olvera, I think, was there today. He drove up from Los Angeles. And right now, I think it started at 6. They're probably just wrapping up or leaving a meeting with the ILWU Local 10 in San Francisco. They're the big time, like, I feel like they're the big time political ones that whenever you hear they shut down the Port of Oakland for like Oscar Grant, or they shut down the Port of Oakland for who was the teenager in Florida that like vigilante guy killed?
Trayvon Martin. Trayvon
Yeah, so
Martin.
they shut it down for Trayvon Martin. Whenever they shut down the port, that's like the local 10. So they're out there talking to the local 10 tonight to see if they can get, what kind of help they can get. And the vice president said today in the interview that's posted on First Voice Media on Facebook that they got the entire support of the ILWU from like Alaska on down the whole coast across the country. So, they're getting the support, but they are on day 4 of not working. So these guys, I don't know if they're going to be getting some sort of pay from the union. The vice president put it this way. He said there'll be food on the table. But I talked to the guys in the video, and they said, yeah, they're a little worried. They don't know what's going to happen day 4, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm going to try to go out there tomorrow. I've been going in the morning, so if people want to go, but actually tomorrow, I probably won't go till after 12 sometime. But I'm going to go out there, try to go every day and do at least an update Facebook video. And you can find them on First Voice Media on Facebook. I know, Tamisha, I don't know if you're trying to join the meeting and be on the mic, or you're just out there, but hit me up on Friday afternoon if you want to go out there. I'll go out there with you if you're back in town. I don't know if you're back in town. And they need the support. The media, if you guys can call any of the news tip lines. I just been Googling news tips. I didn't see a lot of media out there. We thought that NBC came out because they were doing some cell phone videos with the mayor, and they went back to a white van with an antenna on top. But I never saw an NBC story yet. They got a good article in the Times, but I haven't been able to read it because of the paywall. So if anybody could open it and they got a Time subscription, email it to me. And then I haven't seen no press. Our regular folks are not here. Well, actually, Henry Lee, you saw that Henry Lee Channel 2 came out, and they were only coming out to cover the shootings, the violence. So the mayor was a little upset. So he held his press conference with the striking workers, and he kind of used that platform to say, you want to stop gun violence, support good jobs, and support these guys. And I felt it was a little weird at first, but then I kind of got the message because the press was not coming to cover the strike. And Henry Lee of KTBU was walking by, and I had been contacting the management on the inside to ask for a statement for the workers. And I told Henry Lee I'm waiting for a statement from inside. He goes, don't worry about it. I don't need it. I'm here, for the shootings. And the mayor gave a speech here. So I was like, all right. Anyways, no one's really covering. They haven't got a lot of mainstream press yet.
Okay.
So we need to get hit up the people if you can. Our regular folks, Ansar Hassan and Jody Hernandez, they're both on vacation right now. So Jody's in DC. Ansar, I'm not sure where he's at. They probably won't be back till Monday.
Iraq. In Iraq.
Oh, shoot. Okay, well,
all right.
Is he on assignment or something, or is he visiting?
I'm not sure.
Wow. Anyway, so spread the word about the strikers, and I'll do a little Facebook post every day. If you all want to share it on East County Voices, just share my First Voice Media post.
Most
today was pretty good. My first video got 2,000 views in like 2 days. So I know that's not a lot for some social media people, but I feel like that's a lot for me.
A lot. It is a lot.
It is.
lot.
So yeah, continue to share. I got two videos with the mayor. I got the one where he was upset, but I got another one with the mayor where he was a little more candid and talked to the workers and basically addressed them. You know, yeah.
Okay.
So check that out, First Voice Media, and that's about it. I don't really have a lot of other updates right now. I got some events. Maybe I could try to send them to Carlos and Ramsey
Yeah.
Ray. They're not really local, so but they're around the area, the Bay Area,
Did
Livermore.
we answer Dev's question here?
Devin, yes, they live in Pittsburgh, Antioch, Oakley. Some come as far as Stockton for the most
Wow.
part.
Yeah,
That's
Brentwood.
what I've heard from everybody that I talked to.
Wow.
Wow.
If I design some shirts for them, it's gonna be overworked and underpaid.
That's it. That's our slogan. That's the slogan.
They actually work 12-hour shifts 4 days a week. So they work for 12
That's what
hours,
they're
6
supposed
a.m.
to
to
do.
6 p.m. or 6
Wow.
p.m. to 6 a.m. because it runs 24 hours a day. And then they work for 4 days. And that's if nobody calls in. If one of their guys that's going to replace them at the next shift calls in sick, they have to stay for at least 4 more hours while they get a replacement. So that would be a 16-hour day.
And that's what happens majority of the time.
Yeah.
Do they get
So
overtime?
they get overtime. Yeah, they're in the union,
They
so they
do?
do have
So they
overtime
haven't
in the
said it.
contract.
But still,
And then they
man.
get 4 days off work. So it's 4 days on, 4 days off. And they'll rotate from the night shift to the day shift every couple of weeks. So yeah, they work hard. And there's an oven back there where they're baking the sheetrock. It's like 800 feet long, a giant oven.
Wow.
So when it's hot
Crazy.
out here, it's like super hot, like 120, 130
It's
there.
like
You know?
a volcano in there. And mind
And that's
you, don't
they're breathing
forget
that dust.
that they start striking at 3 in the morning. So they're out there from 3 in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening every day.
So if you're
On
an
the
early
picket
riser,
Yep. They
yeah,
start
if
at
you're an
3 in
early
the
riser,
morning.
head out there. And that's because they want to get out there right before the trucks come around 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'll be out there tomorrow afternoon after we come back from the meeting with the SJJPA in Martinez.
that will be my chance too, somewhere in that afternoon area.
Where are they located at again?
Wilbur and Meinecker.
Yeah,
Wilbur
Wilbur
and-
and Binnaker, yeah, right there on the
Meinecker.
corner. You can't miss them.
Yep.
All right. Take a ride out there tomorrow.
Yes. I gotta update you too, Carlos.
Yeah.
They had a taco guy out there already 2 days ago. They were making tacos.
But
Somebody
they made
beat me to
burgers
it, huh?
today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy because the fact that they're buying all this expensive food for the scabs and they know that they're not getting paid and they're standing out there and they literally have asked for things like that, like a taco truck, and they're purposely doing that, got them a taco truck, but you couldn't get your workers who deserve a taco truck one. Yeah. Right?
Right.
And then it infuriates me too that people drive by and look them in their faces and don't honk. Like, how hard is that? How hard is it to honk for them? Like, how hard is that? If somebody was sitting at a green light, you would honk them. So why can't you honk in support of somebody that's trying to make a living? Because most of these guys are in their 20s or 30s. There's some older ones, obviously, but a lot of these are some young men. And that's what we want them to be doing is working, but you're making it hard for them to work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they start at 3 in the morning then. That's
The strike. Yeah. When they come out at 3 in the morning every night.
Who comes out at 3 in the morning?
The strikers.
Okay.
Yeah.
and the
they start
taco
at 3.
truck. Are they giving them the food or are they selling it to them?
The taco truck was for the scabs. It wasn't for them.
They were making their own tacos for themselves. They were free.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They're having to
have
go
a
to the
little-
store and spend their money to buy stuff to feed everybody. And they're so great. They share with everybody. Like they make sure that like us that come out and support, go down there and eat. You know, go get something to drink or they'll pull out chairs for you. Or like I said, they are the best people ever. So for them to be being treated this way is just it's not acceptable.
They're so kind, and then some
Right?
of them are just soft spoken and still kind of
Yep.
nervous because it's nerve wracking to activate, fight for your right, and then potentially lose your source of
Yeah.
income.
Yes.
That's like the scary part, but they're overcoming that fear. And I encourage all of our community to go out there and like they're saying, support them, drive by, take some fruit, some food, some water, honk when you see them.
Hey, how much longer are they going to be out there striking?
Until they
so
help.
justice
See, there's no negotiations. There's nothing going on. They've asked for a little bit of change that they've asked for, and they won't give it to them. So that's why they went out on strike. And there are no talks. There's nothing going on. They're not to them trying to do anything. The reps are out there every day with them also.
Okay.
On
So
Tuesday,
nothing's happening.
we need a handful of them to come to the space to do the call-in to the Board of Supervisors and let them know the atrocities that they're experiencing with their working conditions. And so Ms. Nicole, let them know that we're going to have a space. There will be refreshments, some snacks, maybe some sandwiches. And we need to have them like, so they, because some of them, I didn't know who the Board of Supervisors was. I didn't know who the City Council was for a long time until the murder of George Floyd. We all activate at some point in our lives, but it's important for us to stay active and make sure that folks are not getting taken advantage of, because that does cause civil unrest. We're tired of all the other freaking just abuse and murders of the cops. I don't know if y'all have seen the New York, what's going on. It's just a lot. Like, it's too much. But we're in this little city and we're going to support each other and anyone trying to fight for their rights for a better life that we all deserve. Dang. Okay.
Unfair and unjust. We need a petition and media. Yeah. Well, I have been feeding NBC, the person, the Pete Serratos, I have been feeding him with information. He's been passing it to his newsroom. So, I'm doing my best. We're trying to, he's like, I appreciate you sending this to me. I'm gonna keep sending it to them, and hopefully they're gonna come out because we need press to get out there. And Lamar did do an excellent speech, and he really centered it all about them. And the fact that all the news media that came out basically still didn't even talk about the strikers. They're very upset that happened because he did talk about them solely and said the reason why these shootings and things like this happen is because you're not putting opportunities out here for people to have, and you're trying to take opportunities away from people who want to just work, So for them to focus on just the shootings is altogether wrong also.
This is the plan. We need a picture of Donald Trump, his supporters. This company has sent this much money to this campaign, but does not compensate their hardworking people.
Right.
Okay, the graphic, he's going to be black and white, red, white writing. We're going to do that.
Yes.
And we're going to spread it.
Yes.
Miss Nicole, I need your help.
Okay.
You have their information. Like, if what I'm thinking is just bringing my stuff out there and cooking for them for the day.
Oh,
that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love that. You should do that tomorrow if you can.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm open tomorrow evening.
Yeah, because I stay out there with them till they leave when I go out in the afternoon. So I'll be out there once we come back from SJJPA, just coming straight there, getting off the train, coming straight there.
Yeah. I would have to do it in the morning though. Mine would be more like the morning. Maybe bring anybody want to donate some eggs and bacon and all that. I got the grill, I got the propane. Yeah, we can
I won't be around tomorrow morning. and I got to work tomorrow evening. So I only got a little middle range to be out there after 11:30 or noon till about 4.
Hmm.
Okay.
Maybe Monday, Carlos, and then we have more time to get you squared away with what you need.
Oh yeah, for
Taco
sure.
Tuesday?
Yeah, or what whichever.
Oh, you're gonna have to do it on Taco Tuesday.
I want some salmon, Patty.
I'll bake it. I will bake
Oh
2
my
fat
gosh, she
ass
made the
pieces and
best
I will
salmon in
bring
the
it.
world.
Thank you. I love cooking. I
And
love
red
cooking.
rice.
Thank you. I love it.
And Patty, if you send me the information, I can donate a Cash App or something to help with the food.
Yes, I will send you Carlos's, or I'll send you mine, and we'll make sure it gets to Carlos.
Yeah,
Yes.
either
Speaking
way.
of Carlos, we need to do the
Yeah.
Waterfront Cafe Saturday morning.
The
My
who?
birthday.
The
Waterfront
what?
Cafe in Pittsburgh.
Mm.
Is that new sandwich shop?
No, not Nick's. Waterfront Cafe down at the marina in Pittsburgh. That's where we need to go for breakfast on a Saturday morning. It's a great
Oh,
place. It's a great place.
is
Great
that the
scenery,
breakfast spot?
breakfast,
Then,
lunch. Oh, yeah, they have breakfast.
Oh
Great.
yeah, we'll have to go check
Not
that out.
expensive. The people are great. The service is great. Food's great.
Waterfront.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yeah. Instead of Sylvia's.
Oh, I know. Huh? For the cheese man. Yeah, I'll go check it. Go check it out.
Okay.
we're
So
almost at time,
Tuesday.
y'all. But let's keep
Oh, is
going.
it?
Let's keep
No,
going.
just real quick. We're trying to lock this in.
Yeah.
So Tuesday we're gonna lock in because Saturday I'm catering a wedding.
Mm.
Sunday's church, y'all. So
Yeah.
I'm just
And
trying
I
to
would
think.
just throw it out there. Maybe just run out there while you're out there tomorrow. Somebody mention it and see what they say.
I'll
And they
ask them
might say,
tomorrow.
"Oh, we got a Hawaiian night on Tuesday." Or, you never know.
Yeah, for sure.
They're
I'll be
organizing.
there in the morning, so I'll hit them up.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
get a little
Yep.
check in. Just my advice. And if you guys are getting ready to wrap up, I did. I sent Carlos a flyer just now. I'm
You
helping.
did, and I saved it, and I don't know where it's at. Hold on,
That's
let me
right.
see
I'm
if I
helping
can.
organize a car show toy drive.
Mm.
And the car club is the luxurious NorCal lowriders. And they're going to be at the Senior Center in Antioch on November 30th. It's also a small business Saturday. So all the little businesses downtown are going to be doing their small business thing. So a block down, we'll have the car show. And we're
Okay.
asking the car club members are all bringing a gift to donate. And then whoever else wants to bring a gift to donate it. Now, I know the folks I'm working with is Betty Smith, and she usually just donates her toys to the police to donate. But that's where they're going for this. I know. But this is Betty's thing, not mine. I'm working with Betty, and she's been doing it for a while. So if you want to come by or donate or whatever, it's part of the Rivertown Jamboree. And like I said, not only that, it'll be Small Business Saturday. So all the businesses down there on G Street up to like 2nd Street, they'll all be doing their small business thing out there. You can go get one of those new smash burgers around the corner. I had one today. They were good. So that'll all be open and going, I'm sure.
Don't forget
So,
about Buford's barbecue
Yum.
and
barbecue,
teas. And don't forget about teas.
TNT smoothies right around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't hit
Support
the
all the
smoothie
small
place yet.
business. Support all the small businesses. Yes, indeed.
That's right.
Have you guys tried the freeze dried candy place?
Yeah, I've
Please,
tried
Joe.
that.
It's called Feral Unicorn. They take all their candy and they freeze dry it and it like puffs up, and it's unusual, but I mean, it's kind of like a fad or a craze right now, and everybody's doing it. And I don't know if you like candy and you like different things, go there and get your M&Ms freeze dried or Skittles
No.
or
Okay.
an ice cream sandwich or.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's right down there by the new Smash Burger across from Buford's and down a little bit past the plaza. So,
Love it.
kind of on the other end, a little bit down from Buford's or Bluford's.
I've seen their window. It kind of scared me. I was like, oh my god, it's a unicorn with teeth.
Right.
Yeah, stop
Unicorn
it.
with teeth.
You could walk in and just they'll give you a bunch of free samples.
Samples, yeah.
Okay, I'll take my son. I'll take me.
Oh yeah, go load them up.
I can't find the flyer. It's in there somewhere. Oh, we got a comment
It's
too.
all right.
Hold on.
I shared it with you guys. I'll share it with Patty, and you guys could post it on the page.
Yep.
Yeah,
Community
And
Day.
I'll be down there.
Okay.
Thank you,
Right.
Misha. Keep us posted.
For sure.
But yeah, thank you all. This has been wholesome. Miss Kimberly, thank you for sharing the sharing space and uplifting Miss Linda Woolridge's name. And we hope justice for her and her family, your family, her mother, so that she can just have this closure. And so that fight for accountability, we're gonna pray for it. We're going to keep praying for the people of Palestine. I know, Frank, you're all over that and you're always sharing the information, but there's still families getting actively bombed and terrorized.
The city of Dublin just voted to form a subcommittee to divest their investments from war profiteers, arms manufacturers. So I want Antioch to do that. And they tried to pass a ceasefire resolution. They said it wasn't in their purview, but divestment was. So that was kind of what the city council was saying here in Antioch. So let's see the Antioch City Council divest from companies that profit off the suffering of others, bombs and weapons manufacturers, border security and suppression companies. There's a long list. Anyways, I know we're wrapping up, but
all right.
I will be working on that in the future for Antioch.
You're keeping your eye on that. We get a lot of info from you, so thank you.
Oh, Big Rooster's in the house. What's up? Y'all check out his show too.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, Big Rooster.
Thanks for tuning in. And then any last thoughts?
Love you all.
Just real quick.
All right, where should we start?
Right here, Dev says he wish he knew about the Smash Burger being open. Well, what happened was, I didn't even know. You know, I know about all these restaurants that a soft opening 2 days ago. So, but the grand opening is tomorrow, I believe, at 5. I think the mayor, everyone's going to be there. So, you know, but
I hope it lasts.
Yeah,
for some reason, no one's there.
I don't know though. I mean, everyone's saying, "Oh my God, them smash burgers are so tasty and all that," but to me,
do they have turkey burgers? Because I don't eat beef.
Oh, I know, huh? Turkey or chicken or something. That'd be nice. So smash burgers are in. I know. Last Saturday, I made some chopped cheese at the OG Picnic in Pittsburgh, and then I made chopped cheese sandwiches and then chopped cheese tacos, and it just oh man. Put a little twist on it. And
I missed you right there, you know.
But anyways, thank you all for being here tonight.
We had other last thoughts. We had sorry to cut you off, Carlos. Miss Nicole,
go ahead.
you
Last thought
really or
thank you for having me.
No, I was just saying I love you guys. I'm sorry.
Sorry, thank you, Miss Kimberly. Thank you for being here.
And for you and the family, and definitely, you know, stand behind and justice for that, because that's not okay. Not okay at all.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Frank?
And tell my twin that I said hello when you see him at work.
I think that's it.
And then I would share the last thought. If you guys didn't hear the story about the exploding cell phones and pagers, take a look at that because Israel booby trapped thousands of pagers and electronic devices and then detonated them all at the same time. They blew off a little kid's face, killed 2 children, and exploded the hips and the sides of other people. And it's a war crime because you're not allowed to use civilian devices and booby traps. So basically, a little girl ran with her dad's pager to go give it to him when it vibrated, and it blew up in her face.
Oh,
They rigged 4,000 or 3,800 pagers to blow up, and they blew them all up simultaneously.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then today yesterday they blew up the walkie-talkies, and some other devices is still questionable, but they did it again on Wednesday.
so making sure that they don't have any ways of communication on top of killing everybody.
I mean, these could be a bomb. You could be holding a bomb, if, depending on what happens.
Thank you.
But
guys.
check out that story. You
Yeah.
can Google that. There's a lot of news about it.
Good show. So with that, thank you all for being on the show tonight. Always a pleasure to have you guys on here, and looking forward to more episodes. And for all those that it's your first time tuning in, we're on every Thursday, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're on Facebook, and then of course the YouTube channel. So East County Voices. So tune in every Thursday. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you, Gary.
Thank you all. Good night.
Good night.